Hi everyone, Nevada Nail Person. So I'm going to be sharing a few products from my makeup basket this week. The featured product is a palette from NYX. It's the Perfect Filter eyeshadow palette in Rustic Antique. And I did pick this up from Ulta. It retails for, I think it's about $20. I'll leave the price here. I did purchase it with something else in store where it was buy one, get another item 50% off. Don't remember what it was, but you can get deals like that from Ulta. I do like these kind of shades, but sometimes I do need to be careful with these pinky red type of shades because I do have pronounced circles under my eyes. Yes, they're hereditary. Can't do much about them. I could cover them as much as I can, but they're still there. But so yeah, I do try to be careful with some of my eyeshadows, but this one is just kind of, I don't know, it called to me, I'll say, with between the pinks and the pop of other colors as well. I think this was a balanced palette. So I did do something a little bit different this week. I actually applied my makeup as usual every morning, getting ready for work, and then I decided to, once I was finished, just flip on the camera and document the eye look that I achieved that day with this palette. So I'll be going through showing you clips of Monday through Friday of the looks I achieved with this palette, so that will be shortly. And then in conjunction with this palette, I just wanted to show you some of the products I used to create those eye looks. So luckily I did use basically the same products every day. One of the items I started with was the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. So this is just a basic eyeshadow primer. There's really no color. It just exactly that primes your eyelids for shadow. So I guess you could say I'm a double primer because I also use the Bobbi Brown. This is the Longwear Cream Eyeshadow Stick in Sand Dune. And I picked this up as a 500-point perk from Sephora. There was a box containing some other Bobbi Brown Essentials, I think it's called. And this is just fabulous. I will be purchasing it in full size. So it's just a nude color that you could use on your lid. And I think it just creates a nice little base for shadows. So it does do some cancellation of any darkness or whatnot you have on your eye. And also creating a nice base for the shadow to stick to. So loving this product. I also used the Marc Jacobs Highliner in Rococo. This was part of a little bronzing bag I picked up from Sephora. So it's a twist up pencil. So it's a brown shade. Pretty pigmented. So it's a little bit deeper brown. It's not, to me, a cocoa brown. It's I'd say like a medium to darker brown. So I do like this product. It does tend to last all day, and it is kind of hard to get off at night. And there is the slightest bit of shimmer, not quite, kind of satiny, but there is some little bits in there as well. So it is kind of shimmery. So liking that. And the mascara I used all week is what I picked up from the Sephora Iconic box. I will link that video above as well. And this is the Burberry Cat Lashes mascara. So I've been enjoying this. I'm kind of laying off the eyelash curler for a while. So it does give me some lashes, but it's not giving me that curl I need. But my lashes are very, very difficult. So it's a nice mascara. And then to mention this as well, I did use the Anastasia Glow Kit in Sweets for the inner corner and my highlight as well. And I did stick to the shade Taffy, which is the shade right here. And I had that on today as well. It's a really nice highlighting shade. It's a little bit deep for me to wear as a true highlighter, but if you use it lightly, I think it works out well. So I just use a very fluffy diffused brush for highlight, and then use this in my inner corner, or maybe throw in a little marshmallow as well, which is like a gold shade. So that's the Anastasia Glow Kit in Sweets, which I don't hear many people talking about, but it's such a great little highlighter kit. So let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. So on Monday, I proceeded to use this palette for the first time, and I was quite shocked with this shade. So this shade is a very, very, it's like a brick color almost. And as you can see, it's quite pigmented. So it's a satiny shade, brick, very peach, reddish shade. So that was the primary shade on my lid on Monday, and it really threw me for a loop because I did not expect that pigmentation on that particular shadow. So quite surprised with this shade. It was quite pigmented, and the look was a little bit more extra, if you will, than I had anticipated. So that was for Monday. So then by Tuesday, I knew I was dealing with something that was quite pigmented. And again, I don't know if I mentioned, these shades do not have any names. So because of not having any names on the shadows, it's hard to reference them, but I'll just kind of point them out as I did in the videos or video clips as well. By Tuesday, I decided that I'm going to go for a little bit lighter shade. I found that this particular shade, and I'll point out the shades in each video as well as what colors I use, since again, no names. This was quite the beautiful crease shade, transition shade. So I use this shade quite a lot. So this is just a wonderful shade, wonderful crease shade. So it's like almost like a nude shade with a slightly pink tint. And then I tried this goldish mustard shade by Tuesday, and I found this to be quite an interesting shade. So there's the gold shade, and I really did like this a lot. And there's that crease shade too. Let me grab a little bit more of that. So that was primarily the Tuesday look. So combining basically these two shades with the white highlight shade and a little bit deepening in the corner, I was very happy with that. And then by Wednesday, I started playing with some of the additional colors. I really like this orange shade, but it is quite orange, as you could see. Quite pigmented, quite orange. So I did blend it out with this crease shade too, to just get a look I was a little bit more comfortable with in the office. I didn't want to be too flashy, but I wanted to play with some color. So by Wednesday, I was definitely playing with the orange shade. Then by Thursday, I was reverting back to this beautiful gold mustard shade. So kind of blended that out and combined some of the pink shades as well. So quite happy with that. So the pigmentation on this palette is just wonderful. So I was very excited by Thursday and realized I had a great palette on my hands. So wanted to play with some more color. And then by Friday, it was, again, I don't know if I mentioned, it's very hot here in Vegas, so makeup is not something quite high on the list, but you still want to be look presentable and look together. So by Friday, I just was more interested in an easy look, so a lot of this crease shade, and I blended out a little bit of this deeper shade as well, just in the corner, just to darken the look in the corner. Today I just have on the crease shade all over the lid into the crease, so very easy look today, along with the Marc Jacobs Highliner pencil and the Bobbi Brown Sand Dune cream shadow as well. So that is today's look. So overall, this palette has been, to me, a hit. I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend it. I was really kind of surprised. It is kind of pricey for a drugstore palette. So any other palette that's coming out right now as well, such as Urban Decay's Heat palette, probably try this out if you're interested in those bronzy orange pinky shades. So this is a little bit more budget friendly, I'd say, and the pigmentation is there and it lasted. So if you want to see swatches, I'll just swatch these out from here across. This is that one shade that threw me off. It was really pigmented, as you could see. Here's the orange shade. Now this is a shimmery pinker shade, so it's a different, definitely on the shimmery side, but again a brighter pink, where this came across almost like a bronze pink. This is the different shade in the palette, the deeper shade. It's almost like a grayish purple shade, quite pigmented. And then another pinkish shade. This is more of a matte or satin pinkish wine shade. So there you go. So that's the bottom row. This top row, we have a white matte, which I don't know why I'm swatching it, because you won't see it there. This is the deeper wine shade, and that is a matte or satin shade. Very buttery, as you could see, all of these shades. Look at that. This is the crease shade that I now have a dent in it already. And here's that gold shade, that mustard gold shade. And the last shade is a shimmery, like cream shade. So that is all 10 shades in the palette. So very happy with this. Again, would recommend it. If you enjoyed me sharing the daily looks, let me know. Is that something you'd want to see again? Or would you rather me do a look, one of those looks as well, with a demo of the product? So just let me know. So that is it. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll leave the bubble here to subscribe and feature last week's makeup video as well, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.